Welcome back to this Let's Build series. In the previous episode we basically finished pretty much all of the interior, more or less. There's still of course some work to be done on the outside, which I have said in the last episode. And so we'll go ahead and do that, and that'll pretty much finish off the series. So before I get too engrossed in this, let me go ahead and set my timer here. About 15 minutes. We'll do 16. Start. There we go. Alright, so first order of business, we're going to go ahead and put down kind of sidewalks. And we'll make this one go over to the front, and the other one will go over to the back side of the building. The parking area in the back, which I still need to work on actually, kind of, fill in the spaces and such. Which I think will be 4 blocks wide, and since there are 8 units in this building, I'll make 8 of them. Or at least however many I'll be able to squeeze in. Hopefully more than 8, but you never know. Actually, let's make this 1 block further. Get rid of those. And I guess we can go ahead and do the same for the door on the other side of the building. So let's see, how far back did I go? 3 blocks. That was 1, so let's see. Okay, I got it. And did I keep it at 2 blocks? Or no, okay, so it's 2 blocks. And then 1, just kind of thinking out loud here. Okay, I think that's how it went. Just gonna keep going back and forth. I don't want to mess this up any more than I need to. Okay, so I think that should be fine. Now, what else? What else is there to do? Just want to make sure I got that right. And it doesn't look like I did. I wonder why that is. It looks like 3 blocks. 4. Okay, I think that's the problem. There we go. That looks better. So, now, let's go ahead and grab some of these. And then we'll make a covering for these side entrances too. Okay, so there's that. And we'll go ahead and repeat that on the other side of the building. And yeah, make that 2 blocks high. Alright, so I think, okay, we already have something like that for the back side of the building, so that's fine. I guess, like I said, I can go ahead and do the parking spaces. We'll use white wool for that. Let's see, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Just want to make sure these match up. We'll do 4 units, or 4 spaces on either side. And it looks like that'll work fine. Guess we could have that as an extra space, maybe? I don't know. Well, okay, yeah, so if I were to do this way, and let's see, 4, no, that wouldn't work. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and do this normally. I like to make these 4 blocks wide, but we'll see. 4 blocks wide by 6 long. This is 6, okay. There we go. So, no, that's right, we're not going to do the line. That is 6, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. There we go. Excuse me. So, I guess what we could do is make this like a motorcycle type spot. We just have these two small ones in the middle. So that amounts to 6 spaces, actually. Just trying to think. Should I try and fit a garage in here, or should I just leave it be? Let's see. So this will be 7 blocks. That's 4, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 4. Bring that out. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just see here. We'll just see. That could work, actually. That could work pretty well. So yeah, I guess like 4 spaces for the people who can't afford or don't want internal in-garage parking, and 4 garages for the people that can. That actually works out quite well. Let's go ahead and build that up. Might as well. And then we'll make the, I guess we could make one more garage stall, so that'll be another 4 blocks. And then we'll just fill in the rest with grass. That'll work just fine. Can't see why it wouldn't anyway. It is just Minecraft after all. Okay, so, you know, I was thinking, like, what, you know, people, I've been browsing Planet Minecraft lately, and, you know, I think if I haven't already said it, I actually have a link to my account on the channel. I haven't posted a whole lot on there, but, you know, I mean, occasionally I do, so I guess maybe that might be something to keep on your watch list, check up on every so often. But anyway, more to the point, people on there were talking about, you know, how quality their commentary is in their videos, and you know, how they always have something to say and this and that, but you know, I mean, what is worse, you know, basically just like mindless static, mindless babble, or large amounts of silence with the occasional input that's relevant to the subject of the video, you know, like basically I do. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm one of those sort of people who in real life never really has much to say either, you know, I basically just speak when I believe myself to have a fairly valuable, what's the word, fairly valuable contribution. Let me just check something real quick. I'm going to stop recording for 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I just thought I heard somebody at the door. Turns out, false alarm. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the UPS guys. I wasn't quick enough to catch him. Because I know around here they don't, you know, they drop the package, wedge it between the door, or the screen door and the front door, and ring the doorbell and leave. And, you know, I mean, I can't blame them. It's cold. This isn't really the best of neighborhoods, especially so in the summer. So, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, you can say, people would say, you know, oh, you know, they don't wait for you to come out and get the package, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, put yourself in their shoes and you probably do the exact same thing. I know I, you know, honestly probably would, as terrible as that sounds. Unless work protocol specifically said otherwise, but, yeah. Anyways, I believe when we left off, I was talking about, well, let me restart my timer. There we go. 7:45. So, anyway, when I left off, we were talking about, or I was talking about, I don't know where this we stuff comes from. I always did that when I was a kid. I always kind of thought of myself as we, not I. I don't know. Anyway, when we left off, I was talking about basically what's worse, you know, early mindless continuing commentary, or just, you know, the occasional interjection related to the video subject where it's appropriate, you know, with mostly silence in between. And, you know, I have to watch some of these people's videos someday, just out of curiosity to see, you know, what do they talk about? Do they actually talk about, you know, the stuff they're working on? Do they talk about themselves? Do they talk about upcoming projects? Like, I'm genuinely kind of curious. Because like I had said, I'm not really the talkative type in real life either, so I think just getting a feel for what these people even talk about would kind of help me out a bit. So I'll have to do that. I don't know. Oh, okay, well that's nice. Let's go ahead and turn off particles, or at least turn it to minimal, and that's under video settings. I think that cuts down on a bit of the noise. Pretty much all the noise, actually. In a way, it's kind of uncanny to have rain falling and no sound, but well, I'd say it's about just as annoying as it is uncanny to have rain falling with sound, so. But yeah, I mean, I guess in stuff like, you know, survival games, or, you know, even just regular vanilla survival, non-multiplayer, I mean, there usually is always something to talk about, like, you know, okay, well, I'm gonna go down in this cave and get this stuff and hope I don't die, even though I probably will. And, you know, that sort of thing, but, or, you know, especially so in games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you know. I don't really intend on capturing any of that. I mean, you know, of course, usually, when something interesting happens, my stuff is not at all set up, and, I mean, it wouldn't really be set up otherwise, because like I said, I don't really have any plans to record, but anyway, I mean, you know, stuff like that, stuff is always happening, you know, there's always some guy coming around the corner in a tank, there's always a bounty to be claimed, there's always some guy who keeps spawn killing you, and there's always something to work off of, basically. Always something to make comments about. Commentary, basically. You know, whereas with this, it's more just, you know, kind of watch me do this, and, you know, if you have any questions, ask in the description. At least, you know, that's how I see Let's Builds, is usually being. You know, I mean, because it's kind of pointless to say, like, you know, okay, now I'm going to place all these blocks. And, you know, I mean, of course it would be helpful to say I'm placing these blocks because this is supposed to be a garage, and generally speaking, garages have concrete floors and not asphalt floors. You know, but, I guess, yeah. I mean, it seems pointless, basically talking through every last detail. Is what I think I'm trying to say, I don't know. My issue is that I tend to go on tangents and, you know, talk about pointless, irrelevant stuff, and, I don't know. That's what I spend most of these videos doing, honestly. But, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't find my personal life interesting enough to assume that people, you know, strangers on the internet would want to hear about it, you know. I mean, if you're one of those sort of people who has, like, thousands upon thousands or even millions of subscribers, I could kind of see why. Just so, you know, people, well, from what I've seen on, you know, the kind of big name YouTubers channels, people will go ape if they don't upload a video for a couple of days, and, you know, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're at that sort of status with your fan base, you definitely do need to kind of let people in on things, just to let, you know, them know, you know, well, I won't be producing videos for X number of days because I'm moving, or, well, you know, this happened, blah, 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 but I mean, I don't you know, I don't find my life entertaining or interesting enough to be all like, you know, in these videos, like, oh, well, you know, yesterday I did this, and, you know, the day before that I got my radiator fixed, it was a lot of money. You know, I mean, I could talk about that, but I don't think that's especially interesting. So, I don't talk about that, I guess. Well, this episode ended up being more building the garage than landscaping, but we'll get to that, I promise. I promise. Yeah, so, I'm actually quite hungry at this point. It's odd, actually. Because even if I don't eat breakfast, I usually don't feel hungry until 3 o'clock or so, and it's only like 12:50 right now. Oh well. Alright, so that's that. Pretty much complete, at least all the building stuff, to my knowledge. So let me see, we'll go ahead and lay down some shrubs. This is kind of a privacy wall between this and the residential single-family houses that'll be on the other side of this alley. Now this area, it's kind of like an older, it's kind of supposed to be like an older, kind of more inner ring part of the suburban area. And in, you know, this sort of era, this like 50s era neighborhood, it was actually fairly commonplace for them to still use alleyways, as odd as that might seem. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this episode, I think. And it seems like the sun is close to rising, so I just want to sleep so I can make the rain go away while I still have the chance. So let me go ahead and do that, and that's pretty much the end of this episode. So thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to leave a like or comment if you enjoyed. If not, then I ask that you simply leave some constructive criticism before you go. And so again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode.